Sync clip. What? I don't even know how that's gonna work. But I'll find a way to sync these clips. Okay, let me play one just to roll some sound and see.
Things you do are absurd, and you stay in character. You don't give a fuck.
That is the sync point. Okay, cool. So, um, I've got over here, I think you're seeing my screen now. This is the format of these videos that I'm going to be doing, where I'm just going to be live, man, and jump straight into things without really planning. I'll have, of course, videos that are lined up, reactions to things, but for the most part, I just want to spend some time having fun doing raw content. I mean, these mics are the battery is gonna die out soon. That's why I was like, man, let me just switch these on, even though they're showing red empty batteries. Maybe we can get somewhere with it while I'm charging these other ones over here. So if these die out, I'm just gonna switch mics and we're gonna stay doing this. So another reason why I want to do this is because today is a Wednesday, and on a Wednesday, we shoot the podcast. If you don't know, I'm also host of the Illegal Podcast, where me, Edwin, and Sipo, we get together and we shoot. And we've been working together, the three of us, for about 5 or 6 weeks now of consistent shooting. So we are steadily getting to know each other and have dynamics. And so on Wednesdays, I feel like it's Freedom Day. I really feel like it's a day to open up, and to, flex my mind, come out of the gutter. You know, um, I'm an extroverted person, but my extrovertedness means that I also want my space when I want it. So I live in serious seclusion. I spend a lot of time to myself. Plus, I'm very busy, committed to my work. I'm raising a company all by myself. And so I find that, I find that Wednesdays are a day for me to sit in front of camera, have an unscripted conversation with a group of dudes, see where that goes, and then I get to watch myself. And then as I evolve like that, I start to love what I'm seeing. Because I mean, I'm me, but I'm discovering myself every day. There are so many things about me that I see I am not aware of. There are so many doubts about myself that I'm finally getting rid of. And like peeling an onion, man, layer by layer, I'm starting to see the finer parts of me. So with Wednesdays coming around, I feel like I still get nervous as we approach sitting down and recording, especially when I'm busy clearing the memory cards, clearing the hard drives, um, checking the load shedding schedule, talking to dudes, making sure that we are meeting at a particular time. Then uh, that day or a day like this is very, 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 very anxiety filled, very nerve wracking. So I wanted to warm up, like on a touchline. Yeah, to warm up and on a Wednesday, wake up and actually start doing content on that morning, you know, content like what I'm about to do right now. So we're going to be, I'm going to be giving a little bit of backup to why I've decided to do this. And there's a video recently that seriously got me motivated to just free up, man, freestyle, you know, go straight for it, see what comes out, let it come out when it comes out, hopefully we're not going to run into trouble. But hey, man, today feels like Freedom Day. That's what Wednesdays feel like. They feel like a day to just be free and talk and, open up. It's really, really, really great, man. The experience of sitting there with Sipo and Edwin and us just talking and being men our age, you know, we are not really sure about the direction of where the podcast is going to go, but we've decided to just let each episode and our growing dynamic dictate where that goes. But well, first of all, let's just be ourselves. Let that be the theme. Let's build our own brand. Let's have our own discussions. Let's have people being familiar with who we are and our style, our likes, our dislikes, So, today is Freedom Day, therefore. It's a day to learn myself again. And so, rather than be nervous for half the morning and then jump into it and record, I feel like spending these nervous first half hours, this first half of the day where I'm nervous, I just feel like coming out and spending it recording and talking, warming up like on the touchline. So we're gonna get into it. Where should I start? Let's just start here with this is Logan Paul, né? And this is George Janko. He's co-host of Logan Paul on the Impulsive podcast. They are friends. And what's interesting about these two guys, we're actually going to be live reacting. I wouldn't call this a live reaction. I would call this a live stream along, We're just going through things. We're streaming, we're talking. So we're going to actually be looking at Jidion, this guy here. You see, he's a YouTuber and content creator with, I think, nearly 6 million subscribers. He's a prankster. Prank YouTube videos. He's incredible, man, for a black guy to be doing that. So Jidion was on the Impulsive podcast, and so we're going to be looking at what he's saying because he's primarily the one who has motivated me to do this. The conversation that was had here is what inspires me to say, yo, man, just go for it. Man. So listen, background. I was still telling you about Logan Paul and George Janko, right? So Logan Paul is a mega star, massive YouTuber, serious content creator. He's gone from just shooting YouTube videos to having sponsorship deals to a brand, a seriously lucrative brand. He's gone to boxing and now he's got one of the biggest podcasts in the world. And you know what? McG's podcast is really on this level. I want you to know, side by side, with these guys like this in South Africa, McG is really killing it. So anyway, with being a big celeb like this, there usually comes the controversies, the scandals, the weird things that happen. He at one time got involved in a scandal where I think he went somewhere in Asia, was it Japan? And in a YouTube video, bro, like material that is meant to be safe and watchable to kids, he for some reason, I think, shot a selfie looking into a casket where there was a dead body, or was it on Instagram, whatever, but a video of him doing that got people really shocked. And then conspiracies started coming out, videos saying that what he was doing was a ritual, he's so high up, he's doing Illuminati things now. And so, anyway, never mind that he sort of got up, shaved off his young boy personality, and he's now been a serious podcaster, having some serious guests on. And he's got this friend right here called George Janko. And Janko happens to be a Christian, you know? Janko happens to be a dude who's been on the podcast for a while. These two are friends. And so he's come out and said, yo, man, I am a guy who believes in God. I believe in the word of God in the Bible. And so that has changed and shaped his life in sort of some ways. And the two of them not seeing eye to eye, just like I and Edwin don't really see eye to eye on issues, but we see each other personally. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. So they have a chemistry like that as well, where this one is a non-believer and this one believes. And so I've been watching this podcast, interested in seeing George Jenko's growth as a Christian and what he says, etc. So recently there was a fallout. There was a conversation that happened where Logan Paul became quite hard on Jenko's beliefs in God. He questioned him quite rough, and it set off the Christian community all over YouTube, bro. If you think people are not watching these podcasts, you've got a serious number of people who are believers in God, who are Christians, who came after this guy, and it was another scandal almost as big as that scandal where he was looking into the casket, etc. So yeah, now after that conversation happened, Jenko went and started his own podcast. So he's been on a new podcast and I've been looking at him there. But we're going to straight up now go into Jidion. I've been talking about this for a long time. Got a number of agendas to go through, and we'll talk. Check this out.
Things you do are absurd, and you stay in character. You don't give a fuck.
Nah, man. I mean, I guess where my personality comes from is just like, growing up.
Rather, let's start with this one.
It ain't gonna be that.
That's why I'm setting up the streaming, because I feel like I tell everybody this. I feel like streaming is so important. My homie Kai Sinat, shout out Kai, he put me onto streaming because what streaming does is I can not upload a video for 2, 3 a month, right? But when I stream for like 4 or 5 hours. Then after those 4 or 5 hours, I have so many different clips. I literally have a 16-year-old just clip my clips from me. Videos getting 200,000 views per video, like 20-minute reactions. I reacted to one reaction, Nico's Racist Town video, got 2.2 million views
Crazy.
from just or a 53-minute reaction, So I'm setting myself up to where when I do turn 25, all I have to do is stream, and it's a different source of income, and it's my form of a podcast. I was thinking about making a podcast, but then I realized I really don't need to, because anything that I want to voice or anything that I want to say, I could just say it.
100%.
It's gonna get clipped.
100%.
I was on that grind for a while. I was doing Twitch. I was doing good numbers there, and we were doing the same thing, clipping it, putting it on YouTube. And honestly, dude, I was getting in more shit, more drama, more stress, more trouble when I was streaming in those 3 months than I did the whole rest of the time I made content. Because you're just so raw, dude. You're so in the moment. There's no time to react. There's no time to edit. There's no time to cut. There's no time to do anything. And bro, there's
So yeah, that's what got me intrigued about this, Can't remember what dude's name is, but it's what he's talking about there, right? The trouble that he gets in when he's streaming because it's so live and it's so raw. I've been told that I'm a controversial figure, and I've had people try to put me down and try to make me avoid this person that I am. I'm not trying to chase controversy or nothing like that, man. Trust me. But I'm an outspoken person. I'm a grown up. I don't need another man to think for me in this life. I've been alive my whole 33 years and I've come up with something. I've learned something. So, yeah, I've been thinking therefore to say, yo, man, on the podcast, I've got Edwin sweating. It has been said in the comments that the topics that we have are, cringy and very difficult. And so with that, I've kind of been responding by being pulling back a little bit more, man. I'm still not free absolutely all the way like how I would like it to be, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I thought therefore I should order myself and compose myself and think extremely before I talk. Of course, I do that, but a little bit more so because we and Edwin have spoken about respect, and I'm absolutely not trying to cause controversy. I'm trying to have nice, delicate conversations, but there's absolutely no way to avoid being truthful, you know? And so hearing this guy confirm that when he's live, he gets into a lot of trouble because that's where he gets to be really open and in the moment. And he's about to say now that whenever he's doing this kind of content, he'll get, whoo, yeah. So this is now the energy that's required to keep on talking. So he will have to just always be going oops in his mind thinking, what did I say there? But then it's gone. You know, so I was like, man, I need that in my life. I need to be able to completely be open and be truthful no matter what oops comes out. So yeah, I was feeling this.
In the moment, there's no time to react, there's no time to edit, there's no time to cut, there's no time to do anything. And like, bro, there's no worse feeling than when you're on stream and you're like, I just said something fucked up. Or like I just did something fucked up.
Yeah,
Like
how do you have that buffer? Because live is scary for that reason.
Oh man, I've leaked so much stuff on live. It's not even funny. Like literally, people don't even send me people don't even call me no more when I'm live because I always leak shit. Like that's probably my worst thing. But like after the Pokimane situation, I realized I was just like, okay, you know what? I need to, not censor myself, but I need to like think before I speak because sometimes I just say shit. I just something pops up into my head. Like in all my videos, I just say whatever pops in my
You
head.
sound like Mike, dude. Just be careful with it. That could sever some friendships.
he just said no.
Yeah. So that's Mike. That's Mike, the guy with the hoarse voice. So hearing Jidion, talk about the dynamics of being live and how it kind of gets you in trouble naturally because you're being your true self and you're speaking what comes to mind at that moment in time. I was like, man, despite how dangerous that sounds, I think I need me some of that. So if other people are going through it and they're living through it and they're able to testify to how it is, ain't no way, man, that I'm gonna get in that water and not get wet. So feel like, man, I'm just ready. But let's listen to this other clip on the same episode of the podcast because there's something that is also important to allowing you the ability to rise up and become confident enough to do this. See? So I was lacking somebody who can say, yo, I've done this. It's hella risky, but we're living on this side. It's safe to come in. Just try, but make sure you watch the crocodiles and the tigers. That's it, and the barbed wires and the landmines. But once you're on this side, you'll be fine. And so I had to hear this, and I had to hear this too.
Things you do are absurd, and you stay in character. You don't give a fuck.
Nah, man. I mean, I guess where my personality comes from is just like, growing up, like I really didn't.
So back up a little bit. Logan Paul was asking him a question about how he's able to have this really serious face when he's doing his pranks, right? And he just gets into this act and he does it so well. These guys are really big like this with millions of followers and subscribers because their pranks are not just stupid pranks. They involve acting. They involve, seriously having courage, man. I'll show you a video just now of what's happening, but let's finish listening to this. That's where the question comes from.
Things you do are absurd, and you stay in character. You don't give a fuck.
Nah, man. I mean, I guess where my personality comes from is just like, growing up, like I really didn't have that many friends growing up. Like I was really kind of like outcasted or trying to fit into groups. But when I really didn't fit in, you know what I mean? Like you would like have a friend group, but it was just like they were more friends with their friends than they were with you. And so it kind of like I kind of only had that, like, it's kind of me by myself. And then when I finally did find that group of friends that, like, it was just like I could be myself, Like, there's some friends you can't be yourself. If you be yourself, you stop getting invited to things. They don't want to hang out no more. Now I can feel like I can 100%, without even blinking, just be myself and everything. And I feel like that really blossomed my personality in my videos because, I'm not trying to be, anybody else but me because viewers can see that. Viewers are some of the smartest people. Like, they could see when there's a problem, when you didn't even know there's a problem sometimes. Like, sometimes viewers will put out something that you didn't even know was going on. So I just try to be 100% authentic, 100% me. And I feel like, I fuck with the people that fuck with me and they fuck with me as well.
For sure.
He does have a huge set of balls.
Yeah, man. So that's that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, That's really what I'm talking about. So, that's what I'm talking about. Ash, you need to have good people surrounding you, seriously supporting what you're doing. You can't be real and achieve and reach the level that you're supposed to reach with people who wish that you remain your old self, people who can't accept the new you. You need people who appreciate your authenticity. And that's something I was struggling with for a long time, I struggled with confidence. I'd say he's dealing with my confidence issue. He's actually affirming something about where I've been personally the past few years regarding friendships, regarding trusting people, and now coming to where I am, where I'm so much less trusting. But, life being life and me being Christian and me needing, or it being a requirement of me as a Christian, not to allow my heart to get hard. What am I saying? If my tongue is getting tangled, I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking clearly. Maybe someone can hear me. So, being Christian, I have to make sure that if my heart starts to feel like cement, starts to feel like ice, I need to be aware because that's like a gauge in the dashboard of a car showing you and warning you of spiritual internal problems with your engine, with you on the inside. So holding on to beefs, man, holding on to pain, is something that I have to get out of, and I needed to once again trust people and be friends with people again. So, yeah, man, we'll talk more about friends. We'll talk more about friends, man. We'll talk more about friends some other time. So that's why I'm here. I watched this episode and I was like, damn, man, there's a lot to fear. But as long as you are not surrounded by people who are going to be grabbing you and pulling you down and not allowing you to be you, friends who are playing tricks with you, um, you know, trying to make you feel like you're not cool for being like this or being like that. I mean, damn, bro, we're so grown. I'm 33 years old. I'm talking to me and I'm talking to people my age. We're so grown, bro. I remember it was a high school and primary school thing where people would ostracize and make you feel like you're not cool, like you're not part of the circle. Thereafter, I don't really think I cared that much about friendships. I had very few people around me. And so I never really expected to be in a high school, primary school type of situation where I have to be cool and conforming to people. So, damn. Um, damn. But yeah, I ended up finding myself in a situation where people are just pressing you spiritually to conform, to drop your act, stop being a Christian brother, damn it. Let's get funky out here, man. Let's chase the world. Let's get retarded in here. So I'm safe. I'm ready for war, and I ain't got snakes and issues around me. So yeah, let's just get into, now that we're officially into the stream, we are now going into our first activity of the day. Let's read an article. There's this interesting website called Zimoja Lezinto. Zimoja Lezinto. Yes. And here we have Mo Flava said to be too stressed to serve his notice at Metro FM. Following his unceremonious demotion, former Metro FM Mo Flava has refused to serve his notice at the station. He announced on air that Tuesday's show was his last. Mo Flava, whose real name is Moeti Tsiki, told listeners that he would have loved to end his show on a Friday instead of Tuesday, but because of emotional distress and for the sake of his mental health, he decided to finish today. A source close to the situation told Zimoja Lezinto that Mo told the management that he was too drained to continue with the show because of the toxic environment at the station, allegedly. He's too hurt to carry on. He feels betrayed. He told the management that ideally he would have loved to finish on Friday, but he can't. The popular DJ hosted the Morning Flavor show from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. from Monday to Friday. The 38-year-old was moved to the top 40 chart show on Saturdays, but he refused the offer, citing that it was demotion. It was more of a demotion than anything. He knew that management was trying to frustrate him. I just wanted to check the mic. Wait. I should highlight. I have a mouse. What's wrong with me? It was more of a demotion than anything, and he knew that management was trying to frustrate him out of the system. Why would you take such a talented broadcaster and put him on a weekend? Yeah, man, let me get some cough medicine. Yeah, I'm in the wardrobe, in the bedroom. No, there's no medicine over here. So I've got the mic on me. So we are now in the fridge. I've grabbed the medicine. I'm shaking it. Hopefully still connecting. Let me not get a spoon, man. I'll straight up drink from the bottle. Cause we ain't got time to mess around here. Yeah. So power is still on. So let's step back. It was more of a demotion than anything. He knew that management was trying to frustrate him out of the system. Why would you take such a talented broadcaster and put him on a weekend? The source asks. According to another source, someone at SABC was out to get Mo. Apparently, there were talks that he was arrogant and cocky. Working with those people can be a curse. You do your job well, and they just want to bring you down because of what you do, as the source. Another source says Mo has been getting offers from different stations, and he's still weighing his options. They must be crazy to think that he will take that weekend slot. Zimoja Lezinto understands that Mo will be replaced by DJ Sabi and comedian Skumba. Skumba's management has vehemently denied that he will be joining the station. His manager Sinding Guni said, "I can assure you, no, he's not going to Metro." Metro FM announced Mo's departure and revealed in a statement that the station and Mo had reached a mutual agreement to part ways. "The time has come for me to move on and explore other opportunities. I have spent 8 amazing years at Metro FM, and I appreciate the opportunity I was given to do top-level radio and touch live. The Metro FM listeners have a special place in my heart." Right? So, yeah, man. Mo Flava is gone. He's gone. He's gone. Today's a Wednesday. He says it's over. Guess yesterday he didn't pitch up for radio. I wonder how that turned out. I don't listen to radio. So here's another part. Now that we've watched Jidion over there. If I think you don't know Jidion, let me introduce you to Jidion. Let me introduce you to Jidion. So here's like a dope, funny video. Oh my gosh. It takes a lot to do this, bro. I can't believe it. When I see guys pulling outrageous stunts like this, and I'm still out here being conservative, I'm like, hell no, man. I'm wasting my time on this earth, bro. Look, he's 6.48 million. 6,480,000 subscribers, right? And look what kind of courage you need to have to be this high level kind of person. You know how active and energetic you need to be, bro. You can't be low tempo. That's one thing I've seen about successful people. They are not low tempo, bro. You can't be sneaking in. Yeah. So, yeah, we lost sound for a moment. I hope this mic is calibrated the same because I don't want the audio suddenly dipping after changing the mic. So, this one is officially dead. And so, it's time to plug this one in. I'm glad to be going through these stresses with you guys. You know, we've been rolling for 33 minutes. It feels absolutely effortless to be talking like this now that I've warmed up and I've gotten a groove. Hope we can continue doing these kind of videos. Subscribe already. Let me start hollering that. Subscribe, man. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I've been running several YouTube channels. We'll talk about that in the next stream, right? We'll talk about that in the next stream. I'll tell you all about okay, so Edwin is calling. We are going to be answering a call for the first time on a stream. He dropped the call. What's wrong with this guy calling and just dropping? You know how I hate that. Okay, dropping the phone like you don't want it to go to voicemail. And that time it's a WhatsApp call. Edwin, mama. Mama Robo.
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's up? But I could say I was napping, so I couldn't get message your call.
Oh, shame, honey. You've been tired, ne?
Mm.
Ow.
I'll see you guys. I'll come to your place.
All right. Yeah, I'm busy streaming. I'm already recording. I'm already preparing my vocal cords to be on the podcast. So I've got a new kind of content, reaction videos, live commentary, kind of thing. So you're actually on the stream now. This is my first call with people crossing over to a correspondent. This is Edwin Mamohobo. Say hi to everybody for the first time, Edwin.
Hello, everybody.
You were sleeping for what until so late?
Pardon?
You were sleeping for what until so late?
You know, I never get time to just sit and do nothing. Even now, I have to come and work.
Ish.
You could just tell me.
Okay, hi. Relax there, Edwin. We shall talk.
Okay, cool.
Come through as soon as possible, man. Maybe you catch some last few minutes on the stream.
Okay, I seriously thought, but I'll be there before.
Okay, all right, cool. Sharp, ne? Sure. So yeah. Hey, I hope this cough mixture actually works to help with the coughing instead of working to make me drowsy, because that would defeat this live stream rather than help it. We're trying to get a good voice to talk, not to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So damn, this is a clip of McG, right? And it's a long ass clip, man. Where do I start with it, and what's the context with it? Well, he was with Black Coffee recently, and there's a portion where they talked about his relationship with Shimza, and him realizing at the star level that he is, Black Coffee is, I think, star level like Logan Paul. So Coffee spoke about the importance of, as friends who are famous and in the same industry, who are experiencing the same, levels of glory and fame and popularity. He says that if you are friends and you're living that high level together, you all need to probably go to therapy together or individually to talk about each other to your therapist, or you're talking together about how you two feel about each other's success, because it gets toxic. Human nature comes out eventually. At these levels of success, you think people become very kind and very nice to one another. Nobody's petty anymore. Everybody has food. Y'all are successful. You've got your Range Rover. I've got my, you know, I've got my G-Class. You fly private, I fly private. You've been to the States, I've been to the States. What's the fuss? What are we fighting about? But hey, you actually realize that there's pettiness and jealousy. There's a desire, even at those levels, for somebody to see themselves above the other, or to see somebody brought down, either by scandal or whatever. People just seem to want to exist by themselves up there. And that sort of jealous heart, that sort of jealous dynamic can play out between friends. Y'all can be the two top DJs in this country and not have a talking kind of communication channel that is open between the two of y'all. Y'all can be far away from each other, meeting each other on tours at certain dates. That is bad. That is sad. So let's hear a bit more about that.
Speaking about Shimza, what happened between you and Shimi? You guys had a fall.
Oh, man, a lot. A lot. And at the same time, I think we are in such a good space now.
Oh, perfect, man.
I was talking to him last week. I just feel like as people, as we grow, sometimes we don't realize, and I'm not talking about Shimza specifically, when our friendship expire.
Oh.
Friendship expires. Let's keep listening.
We can meet. We can meet at a time where you want to be me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you become me.
Yes.
And when you are me, then go be better than me.
When you are. That's what I wish you The most violence. You're right, because that's the way I felt. I felt like he was a mini you.
No, I'm just saying, like with people, you need to understand when the friendship has served its purpose. And maybe in a certain way where you needed certain things and you got those things, and now let me run. And that's it. So sometimes we stick around, and then it becomes a little bit toxic.
Did you read? So you see, that's what happens when people hide a transactional relationship behind a friendship. Let's say one person just wants something out of the other. They just want to know what you know. They want to get in touch with your contacts. That's what they desire out of you, right? But they're not going to come out and say, yo, man, I'd like to speak business with you. You've got a number of contacts. I've got services that I can supply you. I can supply them to you at a very reasonable price so that you and I form a relationship. And from this relationship, if you may please invite me to an event where you've got your contacts and we can be people who hang out, and I can increasingly also give to you what I gain from the outside and also contribute to our friendship. Instead of somebody proposing something like that, they come like, buddy, haha, you're my homie, ha ha ha. And then you find that the person who is near you like that has that agenda to just siphon out, suck, and bleed you and take and keep on taking and taking. But they've got the buddy, hey, friend thing going on. Then once they have what they've got, or you stop giving them, or they reach a certain level of utility, a satisfaction, where they feel like they know enough and they've seen enough, they're no longer ignorant. They now know you've given them awakening. Instead of, hey man, our business transaction has come to an end. We've had a fruitful relationship. I'm thankful. I see that our contract is coming to an end in a few months. I'd like to just give notice to you, man, that I'm going to be moving on. I have to give my attention for some time in a different direction. You and I, we're still friends, but given that I'll be taking this new direction, I'll be walking different circles just to refresh my mind. But yo, bro, I absolutely appreciate you. This is the end of our agreement. Instead of starting out an outright transactional, daily business kind of relationship that starts properly and ends properly, that body starts to now rot. It starts to now suck. It starts to now stink. The people who needed you and wanted your help, especially living in this world that we live in where there are quotes such as the student has become the master, right? You get people, instead of being appreciative at the end of this semi-friendly, semi-transactional relationship, instead of a proper mutual separating, people feel like, I actually am doing better than you, buddy. The student has now become the master.
Did you reach out to him for you guys to reconcile?
Man, we've been back and forth.
Yeah.
With Shimza.
Yeah.
And the last time we had a meeting, it was at Oskido's house.
Yeah.
And I was there and he came and Oskido said, hey, Donna wants to talk to you. And I was like, cool. As long as you're in the room.
100%.
So we had a conversation. And worse at the time, I was going through a lot of stuff that...
What's really difficult about being men, and being real to each other. The same kind of anxiety that I get when I want to talk my mind freely in front of camera is a cousin or is a friend or is a close family member of the same anxiety that stops men from being authentic to one another. There's an anxiety of talking on a real note as dudes, and it's the same anxiety of talking in front of camera. Why are they similar? Well, if you have good friends around you who are supportive of what you're doing, you become a free, open person. So there's something about being tied up and living to your smallest possible self that is tied into the people that you have around you. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't know.
Going through a lot of stuff that, was helping me grow, and I said to him, I just think, and this applies to you.
Yeah.
And you. Not you. I don't like you. No, because every time I watch the show, I always hear her. I'm like, who's this girl?
And now she's quiet.
I'm like, hey, who is she?
Such good things to say.
Sometimes. Now I forgot what I was saying.
Shimmy Yoskido house, yes.
No, I said
The meeting, bro.
What we need is we come
It
from.
applies to us as well, yes.
Yeah, we come from like most of us in the industry, from such like disadvantaged places, right? And we work, we start making a bit of money, and we get exposed to different things, and with that comes power, and power brings a lot of things.
Ego.
Yeah. Status, wanting to be the only one at the top. It's a greed that is impossible and unthinkable. It's a situation that doesn't make sense, but people become ambitious to just be the only ones in the room who are important. You want to be the only DJ going to Spain, kind of thing. It's unthinkable, but somewhere in your deep, dark, slimy personality, there's a desire for you to be the only one and no one else. Kaspedi ribicha romankanna. Yeah, that's what it's called. It means, let me be the last one to be served. After me, there should be no more. You remember Jay-Z, Encore? After me, there should be no more. So for one last time, I need y'all to roar. With Linkin Park. Now what the hell are you waiting for? After me, there should be no more. Homangana. If something is, if a blessing, if a rain is coming, let it rain on me. I get, let all the raindrops come on me. And then let there be no drop for no one else. Unthinkable, right? But that's the human condition.
A lot, the most important thing, and I said this to him, is to seek therapy so that we can learn to deal with fame. Yeah, because fame is such a disease.
Oh, it's the biggest drug. It's a drug. Biggest.
Yeah, it's such a disease, and I struggle with fame so much still.
Join the club.
No, I struggle, man.
I'm worse than you, and I'm not even that famous.
Yeah, I struggle like a lot. Where to draw the line.
Yeah. Where do you be nutty? Where you coffee?
It's because it's being black.
Okay. I wonder what it's like to be famous, and I wonder what struggle this is, what real serious issue it is they are facing with being famous. Here, drawing the line between your personal self and the brand, I suppose. And I can see that there are people living like that. They've got like an alter ego. I think that's how all celebrities kind of end up dealing with life, by having the person in front of the people and then the different you. And you play these bipolar roles so much that there's literally another identity of you. And sometimes this identity is very, very different from what you're playing on stage. So I guess, yeah, man, it's a schizophrenia, maybe. Maybe that's the drug. Maybe it's a madness. Yeah.
being black coffee works most of the time.
100%.
You know, there's a lot of perks, like when I eat in the most prestigious restaurant and I call as Nati, they're like, oh, sorry, Nati, we don't have tables. And then I call again I get someone to call as, hi, I'm Black Coffee Assistant. He's looking for a table.
And it's not just restaurants, even women. If you want to eat, when you call us Nati, man, no.
I don't know how we got there, but
Yeah, I kind of... There's content that I'm becoming sensitive to as I get older, you know. I can't avoid it. This is circular content, you know, but I respect Black Coffee, and as a dude that I don't know, I just have regard for him as a person, and I'm sure he's a guy who has lived a life and has slept with a lot of women, as you probably do when you're at this level. And that's probably something that also drives the ego and the madness. The women have a serious impact on a dude's mind, right? So talk about, you know, McG mixing in the joke about when he calls and he wants to order women. I just felt like, man, I can skip that, man. I don't want to hear that.
abundance, you know, because all of a sudden, you're a Grootman to your Grootmans at home. You know, you're a father to your mother all of a sudden. And that changes power so much that even when you're outside, you know, you're gonna behave a certain way.
100%.
You know, all of a sudden when you're not home, your uncles can have a meeting without you. Your uncles can have a meeting without you.
Before the uncles thing, bro, imagine that. Like, you really believe that you are who you say you are, you know? Like, when you're walking out, you're now permanently Black Coffee. The narcissism, the unavoidable narcissism, you know? I feel sorry for those who become narcissistic by mistake because they get carried away by pride. But for those who go into this wanting to be this brand, to be seen like that all the time, treated as such, well, may your madness follow you. That's your business, man. That's your business. That is your business. So now let's move on to this other funny video before I go off. I've been doing this for like 55 minutes. Been so interesting, man. What a thrill. I wonder what I've said. Let's see some Forex traders who lose some money for laughs. Eh. 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 Hey man, did this guy, I thought he won. I thought he made money. I thought like that was a scream of victory until I was like, no, man. Oh Lord. I wonder how much money is lost for you to scream like that. You?
It's a sale. It's a sale. I am selling. I am selling. It is negative. It is negative. Negative is going down.
Eh.
It's going down. It's a price cut.
Eh.
It's a sale. Where is cut? It's a sale. 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 Sale.
Eh. This guy is breathing.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's a sale. It's a sale, guys. Huh?
What happened? Can anybody tell me what this stuff means? I'm sure somebody who does Forex who's looking at this knows exactly what this guy is going through. Like,
think so, you know, maybe make a nice little chunk along 1,000 shares and see what happens with this thing. Okay? Come on, just keep on moving. Shit!
hey,
Shit!
hey.
Come on, man. Well, fuck, it's got some support right here, so, you know, maybe I'll hang on to this 16 area, bounce back up. Come on.
Yo.
It's gonna be on a pile. I'm gonna make money. As we speak right now, others are busy bewitching others,
Eh.
and others are busy preparing for work. NZD to buy. NZD to buy. 1 second profit.
This is Coach. DJ Coach. Tsekele. Yeah, the one Forex broker killer. I think we all know him. If you don't know him, he's a very funny dude, man. A Forex trader with a serious personality. Yo, ish. It's almost 2. Sipo said that he's... Ah, man. Yeah.